What's up, guys? Dan Man's back, and welcome to another awesome AFK Journey video. We are going over today the full breakdown of bosses for Arcane Lab. So I just wanted to kind of give you a rundown of what's going on behind the scenes. So what you're seeing on the screen now is the Analytica Discord. I'm in the Arcane Lab channel. I am going to leave the description, the link to Analytica Discord, so you guys can join, check everything out. They have so many guides, it's kind of crazy. This is just an amazing resource. This is the best place I've found in the community that you can kind of pull data and, yeah, run down with like-minded players that are basically looking for the optimal strategy. And this is where you find it. This is definitely the best place to go. So yeah, I jumped into the Arcane Lab channel and for 3 straight hours basically tested this boss last night. I made it to the floor 20. You know, I ended up with these crests: chain shield, verdict shield, immunity shield, rebound shield, energy shield. This was it. That is like the total 5 crests that I had. The run was very basic, very minimum. So, you know, I was really trying to pump out the best run that I could. So I started just pouring in my data, like each run showing exactly, you know, this run at 30 seconds, Smokey and Coco died, reached round 11, 3.6 mil damage. Basically, as soon as one hero would die, I would pause it and then just record what I'm looking at, like see where we're at, 30 seconds, whatever the time, etc. Yeah, so kept doing that for 3 hours, trying different variants of team comps, trying different positions, different lineups. And I mean, I was hitting a wall where like no team was passing. I think the maximum I was surviving to like 20 seconds. So I was trying to get some feedback to see where people's heads were at. And I came across an awesome person where Sakuna recommended this team comp. I unfortunately didn't have Shakir, so threw that out there. We used Thorin, and this team comp right here, like, it's pretty much the teams that I was using. Positioning is key. Positioning with these bosses specifically is key, and that's why thorough testing, like, and having more than one person, like even just more than one guild, like having a mass community test these builds is amazing. It's efficient, it's optimal. Analytica, man, I can't say good enough things about it. So yeah, we went through, we were testing the builds out. This is a screenshot here from one of Sakuna's runs. He ultimately was trying to beat 2000 for a score. I'm not positive if they got there. We'll see. Anyways, and I'll get to that in a second. So we have where, you know, my very first run trying this team, this is already time-wise, DPS-wise, better than my results. And it was just because of the positioning, you know, a little bit of tweak here and there. So it's, like I said, it's really crucial that you have a big community try these things. Sakuna is fantastic. Like this one build on the second run, I nearly doubled the damage and everyone survived. So, you know, it really boils down to teamwork. Collabing, working together. After meeting Sakuna and talking to him pretty thoroughly, you know, he had broken down in here that he has essentially been spending a lot of time on these bosses. Had brought it to my attention that there are 5 bosses total. I wasn't sure the total number. This is kind of how my score ended with 1959. This is just another run of his, 1934. And then in season jumped in there, like admin on Analytica. Was checking stuff out. He even said, "Want to collab on a guide?" Like, you know, it gave me the idea. I reached out to Sakuna, check things out. You know. Tried to link up, get his Discord or his YouTube, what's going on. But he even says here, I've already made guides for every boss on another server along with my main Labyrinth guide. So he does have his own map Labyrinth guide out. And I'll get into that again in a second here, but just to point out, he's working on a beginner's guide, an intermediate guide, and an experienced player's guide. So it's very in-depth, very thorough. Ideal team comps for every boss. You can check it out on his Discord. I'm going to link all of that in the description, and I'm going to go over that in one more second. So yeah, we ended up putting the guide together. There is the full infographic, thanks to Kat Elric. Awesome resource there. we'll try to make that full screen. There we go. And that's essentially, I'm going to be breaking this down in this video. So like towards the end of this, you're going to see the clips. I've basically chopped it up into certain sections so it's a little clearer and easier to use, and you can kind of pause it. Or you can pause it right now and kind of like just take the pieces from, bam, suggested boss formations. Yeah, let's get into it though, where I wanted to show you. This is Sukuna's Discord. It is essentially his Discord that he is working on with, and I want to pronounce this correctly, it's Ohasa. Ohasas. It's O-H, oh, excuse me, O-O. Where is it? I just saw his name like 2 seconds ago. He's not online, unfortunately, at the moment that I think I was referencing before. It's O-O-H-S-A. Ohasa. Okay, here it is. Ohasa. So it doesn't sound like how it looks, and I made sure to like confirm that. It's O-O-H-S-A. It's Ohasa. This is their Discord, and it's a lot like Analytica. You know, they have the guides that are all built and channels that are pulling data, whole community working together to pull out the best optimal strategies. And this is a great resource too, because it's been a very, like, I've noticed it's a very, very friendly competition here on this Discord for just trying to find the highest scores. So yeah, I definitely would recommend joining here, join the friendly competition, you know, just like Analytica Discord, jump in and help out. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, again, I'll leave that link in the description. And yeah, I can't thank the guy enough. Thank you, Sukuna. Awesome, awesome work. So yeah, my bad. Let's jump into the infographic. So again, a lot of this information, huge respect for Sukuna kind of pulling things together over the time, where this is what we're looking at for the most optimal team, the heroes that you should bring into Arcane Lab. They cover all 5 of the bosses. I did have Kat Elric ask me, you know, who could I replace for Makola and Tazi? And just for, you know, anyone out there that's wondering, like, well, I don't have this person, I don't have that person. Makola and Tazi, so if you don't have either of them specifically or any of the other supports, I would just recommend pulling as many supports as you can. My initial thought was bring Damien, bring Ludovic, and I test Ludovic thoroughly. I love Ludovic. I think he's a great healer. I think his heals per second, it's just, it outshines like Hewen and everything. But, yeah, and if you don't have like Thorin or Presto ranked up, then you can bring Brutus. That's another good alternative, because Brutus passive for the Undying, it's very beneficial for Arcane Lab. Yeah, that's kind of your breakdown on the heroes. So again, I'm not going into like the full guide for how to run Arcane Lab. I have my own guide out that's on this channel that you can check out. It's linked in the pins for the Analytica Discord for the Arcane Lab channel. And as well, while you're checking out Ohasa's Discord, they do have very thorough guides over there as well. So awesome resources all around for you guys to check out. There is a few things that I want to note here though. So priority crests and the extra crests. So the priority crests here, I do have it labeled as required for Verdict Shield and required for Chain Shield. And that's my honest opinion. After talking to Sukuna, you know, there is a baseline of pick 2 of these 3. Verdict Shield is 100% required. Like, that's a consensus vote. Verdict Shield, 100%. If you don't have that by the time you're hitting the floor 15 boss, you might as well restart the stage, because you need Verdict Shield. Now, to accompany that, you need either Chain Shield or Health Shield. So I recommend focusing on Chain Shield because it's an epic. It's a purple crest, so it's easier to, or it's a purple crest, so it's easier to get. The yellow crest, Health Shield, is rarer, so you're going to see Chain Shield more often. But if you just end up with Verdict Shield and Health Shield, you're good to go. You don't need the Chain Shield if you have Health Shield. So yeah, that's kind of how you want to look at these. And Rebound Shield is just an increase to your DPS, your survivability. It's pretty awesome overall. And again, if you have Verdict and Chain, you're good to go. Health Shield, Rebound Shield, extra DPS boost, extra survivability. Now the extra crests, these are all immunities to death. the Undying Crest. This was highly recommended by Sakuna, and yeah, it's amazing. This, again, increased survivability, which in turn is increasing your overall output for damage. These are essentially the crests that you want to be looking for throughout the dungeon raid. And let's get into it. So you have 5 heroes, 5 bosses, excuse me, that you're trying to take out, and the first one we're looking at is Mistal Berserker. This is the team comp that you're looking at. I'm not going to go too in-depth into their skills or anything. I'm just kind of giving you the baseline for best in-slot team comps. Mistal Berserker, number 1. Number 2, Ruglin Chariot King. Number 3, Merc Captain. Number 4, Elder Bloom. And this one's exciting because I can't wait till this boss comes back, because I have P1 plus 25 Tazi, so I'm really excited to try her out on this boss and see how things turn. Corrupt Eomir. Solid team comp here. Again, guys, that's all I got for you. Huge shout out to Analytica Discord, Cat Ulrich, Sakuna, Ohasa. Yeah, check out those links in the description, guys. Best of luck on your scores. I'd love to see you guys join the Discord for Ohasa and post your results so we can kind of compare and have a friendly competition. If you guys can pull a high score, you know, jump up on the rankings with us. Everybody have a good night. I appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoy. Stay tuned, because future videos this week, I'm coming out with Honor Duel guides, Honor Duel breakdown for the meta. Yeah, it's exciting stuff. I'm really stoked. So please like and subscribe. If you aren't subscribed already, you'll get notified for all those future videos coming out. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.